Hi everyone, welcome to my Wwise Unreal Integration and Audio Driven Systems demo reel. And as you can see, I've built numerous audio systems to showcase my technical sound design. And the first one's going to be inventory Foley. I used a Wwise blend container so I could easily crossfade between different item Foley loops based on the player's movement. Each item had RTPC gates, 0 being muted, 1 being active. The movement intensity was split into light, medium and heavy Foley layers. A lot of work went into creating the blueprints that would set in game parameters to Wwise. My next challenge was to create a breathing system. This would switch between movement types such as walking and running, and would also have breathe state switch groups such as calm, exerted and panicked. As you can see, there's randomised breathing segments with multiple segments inside playlist containers. And these segments would continuously play randomly. This ensured variation and no repetitive loops. And of course, Unreal Engine blueprints were sending all the switch changes to Wwise based on the player's movement and fear state. Did you hear that transition? That was a transition system I built between breathing states. So it really created a more natural variation instead of that repetitive loop. And of course a lot of time went into tinkering with the rules of these transitions, just to make them sound as smooth as possible. This blueprint here tracks the player movement speed and sends breathing intensity RTPC values back. If the player moves fast enough, Unreal sends the breathe state switch to exerted. Here is my height fear breathing system. When Unreal Engine detects an edge, it switches the breathing state from calm to panicked. You can hear the transition when he walks away from the ledge, like almost relief. But when he goes near a ledge, a gasp. For the ledge detection, I created a line traced in blueprints, and my variable is near ledge becomes true and triggers a panicked response. And when it looks away, the variable is false. This tension drone is controlled by the height fear RTPC, and it fades in as the fear increases. I then made a jump and land Foley system. For the jump and land system, I wanted the character movement to feel a bit more grounded and responsive. In Unreal, the jump and landing actions are detected for the character movement events, with higher falls becoming louder and even bigger falls creating a large FUD sweetener. For the Ambience system, I used layered Wwise containers. The base outdoor ambience is supported by separate wind and randomised bird layers, with timing gaps to avoid repetition. Here is my dynamic reverb system. I created an enclosure detection on Unreal that estimates how enclosed the space is, and it sends a reverb amount value to Wwise. So as you can see, the raycasting or line traces can detect when he's outside or in an enclosed space. This is my reverb amount RTPC on the inventory and the footsteps. And those are my Wwise reverb parameters. Lastly, we have the Occlusion system. The music emitter is treated as a spatial sound source in Wwise, and occlusion is controlled using an RTPC, allowing the sound to become filtered and quiet when blocked by geometry. Voice volume and low pass filter curves were used to keep things natural. This spatial RTPC can blend from stereo to mono depending on how close you are to the emitter. If blocked, Unreal increases the occlusion target value sent to Wwise. Occlusion target controls filtering and attenuation in Wwise, and the clear line of sight creates a brighter sound, and when blocked, lower voice volume and stronger low pass filter. So this prototype brings multiple reactive audio systems together using Unreal Blueprint logic and Wwise control systems to make the player, environment and gameplay feel more connected. Thank you for watching.